Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Boom Boom Room. I got a great show for you tonight, guys. I have Monster Mike from Monsters Unleashed and his daughter Trisha, and they're boots on the ground, cryptic investigators, and supernatural. And I tell you what, they got some evidence that one of the best evidence I've ever seen in my life. Great channel, great people, but they agreed to be on, and I'm really excited about this show, guys. I've been waiting on this one, but yep. If you guys want to come on out, I'm ready for you. Hey, Mike, what's up? Hey, Trisha, how you guys doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm
Yeah, doing
doing
really
good.
good.
Yeah, I'm a little lagging. I'm lagging a little bit, but I'm here. But yeah, guys, I really appreciate you guys coming on, and man, I tell you what, some on your channel, you guys got some. I mean, some of the best videos I ever seen, guys.
Thank you.
Evidence, undisputed evidence, clear evidence. But I know in your members only videos, and guys, if you're watching their channel, subscribe. You need to become a member because they've got some great clips, great videos, and some more to come, some more to release. But I don't want to tell what's going on because I ain't there. And you guys have lived it, but you go out in the LBL a lot, which place that you got to be brave as shit to go in. And but before we get started, I just want to say thanks, Mike. I won this hat, guys. I don't know if you could see it.
Yeah,
Great,
it's not bad.
comfortable hat, yeah. And they decided to send me some stickers too when I won the hat, man. Cool ass stickers. I put, I was telling them I put them all on my desk and put one on my vehicle, as you can see. But yeah, guys, before we get started, why don't you tell us where people can find you?
Well, you can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/ at monsters underscore unleashed. Trisha, you can tell them we can find us on TikTok, Instagram.
You can find us on TikTok at monsters.unleashed and Instagram monsters underscore unleashed. And then we have our Facebook that's just at monsters unleashed.
Yeah, you got some great clips on TikTok. I've been binge watching those. Some good
Yeah,
clips.
that's all Trisha. She handles the TikTok. And I was doing most of the YouTube stuff, but she's done started pitching in on that too. She's gonna take it all away from me, Ash. I ain't gonna have nothing to do.
Oh, yeah, you're just gonna be sitting on the rocking chair, ain't you? Smoking a
Yeah,
pipe.
sitting there
Yeah,
rocking.
yeah,
She
that's
does
it.
a good job. I'm very proud of her.
Yeah, she really
You know,
does.
I've got a pretty good bit of experience with the video part, and podcasts and stuff like that. And she's new to it, and she just took off with it. So I
Yeah,
can't be a prouder father. And that's right, I'm her father, not her husband.
I
Yeah,
know she.
yeah.
You.
Thank you for
Well, I.
clarifying.
Yeah, well, you're young looking, Mike. When you said, I mean,
I'm
she's
51.
51. Well, she looks about 25, and you look probably about 35.
Yeah,
I wish.
yeah.
I wish I was 25 and I'm actually 32. I just turned 32 last week.
32.
So,
Well, y'all got some good genes, I guess.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
that boyish face, and stuff. You should see me if I shave all my beard and stuff off. That's why I grow a beard because I look
Yeah.
I look like I'm about 18.
Well, man, I bet you get carded a lot.
I do actually. Actually, I do. If I shave, it's bad. It's really
But y'all, I mean, y'all, whatever y'all guys want to talk about, I know you got so much in the, y'all got a lot going on, but whatever y'all feel comfortable about talking a lot, if you don't want to reveal a lot, because I know y'all got some great videos that's coming out soon or has dropped too. But
well. We not only have some great videos and photos and stuff like that, but also, Ash. I don't know if you know, or not, I'm an author. Also, I've written a couple of books, and like there's my books right there. Everyone can find them on Amazon. And
all right,
we have two regular books, and then I have 2 children's books. They're available also too. The Sneaky Little Sasquatch. But just look them up on Amazon.
I apologize not plugging them because I forgot that you had because I seen you was mentioning on the last show you were on about the children's book. I said, man, that's a cute little book right there. I had to give that for my nephew. You don't have any grandkids yet, but shit, I might enjoy reading that myself. You
It's
know how
actually
my
pretty
man.
good. I mean, I'm not saying it because I wrote it, but it's actually a
Yeah,
really good little book.
yeah.
So,
How do you go about? I mean, writing is it just
dude, it's a labor of love because
yeah,
I mean, honestly, it's a pain in the ass. And then you
yeah,
get your whole book written, and then when you go to publish it, if like I published mine through Amazon, and
hmm
once you go publishing it, it's got to be a certain format. So you've got to go back through, and if you haven't formatted it correctly when you wrote it, you got to reformat the whole thing. And
oh wow,
yeah, and it throws chapters off, and then it throws your whole it throws the whole book off. So you have to go back through,
yeah,
and I did it like 3 times until I got it right on the first one. So
yeah.
it's a pain, and then the publishers, they'll rip you off. You know,
Well, I'll tell you,
they'll
yeah.
take so much of your money. It's like someone buys my book. My book sells for around $20. I only make like $5 off of that book.
Oh wow,
Yeah, so it's rough. But you know what? It's $5 I didn't have, and I
yeah,
didn't write the books to make money with anyways. I mean, I can't give them away, but
yeah,
I wrote them for my children,
yeah.
and something for them to be proud of. Hey, my dad did this, and stuff like that. So, because like there's a lot of people that's looked at me and they're like, Mike, you're the last person in the world that I ever thought would write a book.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
hear you. I
Yes.
so
hear
but yeah, man. I mean, we've just been chucking along. We just came back from the LBL. Well, I just came back from the
you.
LBL. She lives over by the LBL.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Wow. How close do you live?
About depending on which way I go, quickest way is about 45 minutes.
Oh my God, you're close then.
Yeah, I'm in
Wow.
there. Ash, I'm in there every weekend. Every weekend.
She
Like
was in there
12,
today.
16 hours a day. Oh, yeah, I was in there today. I actually just
Yeah.
got back a little while ago.
Well, on the LBL, I mean, how big actually it is the area that most people are
It
using.
is huge. It's 177,000 acres.
Oh
Uh,
God.
and the main road that runs north to south, or whichever you're going south to north, it is
Uh-huh.
22 miles from the south end to the north end to get back onto the
Mhm.
interstate. And you have like the main road, and then those main roads have main roads, and then those main roads have roads, and then it just
Wow.
continues on.
It,
It's no, never
it's
ending
like
road.
it's like a nervous system, the
Uh-huh.
arteries that branch out with the veins, and then you got the capillaries and everything. I mean, it's crazy. It really is. And you'll get on some of these roads, dude, and next thing you know, you're on a road that ain't nothing but ruts, but it's still a road. And
Well, is it okay? I heard it's like part of Tennessee and Kentucky, right?
Yes.
And is there like a lot of towns in the LBL, or is it just one
no,
town?
there's
No,
nothing
there
there.
there used to be little towns in the
Hmm.
LBL, but it all got flooded when the
Yeah,
government went in and claimed eminent domain. So
Well,
all
yeah,
those little towns are they're like underwater now.
yeah, yeah.
not all of it got flooded though. That's like when they forced everybody out. That's when the towns died. And
Hmm.
the government wound up with all the property anyways. I mean, there was a lot of it flooded, but when you go into the LBL and you think about they say that's their thing that they flooded the land to create the 2 lakes for hydroelectricity,
Mhm.
right? But you get in there and you still got 170 some thousand acres. You have 2 big lakes, yeah, you sure do. But what the whole peninsula that runs up there in between the lakes, the land between the lakes,
Yeah.
it's like, dude, you could put 3 huge cities in that area if you wanted to.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
Oh
I mean,
wow.
there was honestly no need to run. There were over 800 families displaced when they come in there and kicked everybody off.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them, Ash, like they went to this meeting in order to try to keep their property and stuff. And while they were gone, they bulldozed their houses.
Yep.
Oh, that's some bullshit. Yeah, I've seen a little bit of some documentaries on it, and it was effing awful what they done to a lot of them. Well, all of people, that was their land, and they probably grew up generations, and to do that, I mean, did it even was it even worth it? I mean, what did he get out of it?
Well, they didn't only take their land; they took their heritage. And
Yeah.
they took their family's burial grounds and stuff. There's over 250 cemeteries in the land between the lakes. When you cross the bridge, you're coming into a cemetery, and when you go over the other bridge, you're leaving a cemetery. The whole place is a cemetery. You can walk into the woods and trip over a rock that's a headstone marker. I mean,
And those are just the cemeteries that are listed. There are like tons of
Uh-huh.
other cemeteries that nobody knows about. They're not listed. There's actually a cemetery book that has all over 200 some cemeteries that are listed, but I've drove on roads and I've seen headstones and I'm like, well, what's the name of this cemetery? There's no name for it and it's not in the book. So
Oh
there's
wow.
unlisted ones as well, and they're really sad looking to see.
That's just
Ash, there's a
awful.
part of the lake, and it's called Cemetery Island. And when the waters dropped, when they dropped the water on the lake, like the gravestones come out of the water and stuff where they flooded the cemetery.
Man, that's crazy. Do you think what goes on there, do you think the government put some creatures or experiments there, or do you just think for all the negative energy and what they done, is that why it's so a lot of paranormal activity? What do
I
y'all
don't
think?
believe myself personally, I don't believe they put these creatures there.
Yeah.
I believe these creatures have been there.
Okay.
And like see, before the government took the land from the people that lived there, the white man took the land from the Native Americans that lived there, the
Exactly.
Shawnees and stuff.
Yeah.
And I believe that land was cursed by the Native Americans. And it's said that the Shawnees created the Dogman.
Yeah. I've heard that.
So, I mean, I believe the Shawnee that was moved off of that land, they cursed that land, and it was to never prosper, and it never did. That land, from the time that it was taken from the Native Americans up until now, the land has never prospered.
Oh wow. Well, that's not getting off well, we're on the same subject. I grew up, I was telling her, the Spiro Native American grounds, and this is over 3,000 years old. And it said it was like the Washington City of the Native American nations, right off the Arkansas River in Oklahoma. Okay. The people, when in the early 1900s, when they took all the artifacts to Oklahoma City, it was like 8 or 9 people died that done it, was a part of that team, died of accidents, freak accidents, heart attacks. I mean, it was just totally weird. And I grew up there my whole life. I was born right, 10 miles over in Arkansas, but I grew up there out in the country my whole life. All the old people that are dead and gone would tell me when I was a kid, "This land's cursed, son." Even my grandma, when she was passing away, she did not lose her mind. She was 101 when she died. She was always in the mind, it's her whole life and real smart. But 3 or 4 months before she passed away at home, she would see these Native Americans everywhere. She said, "Grandson, I'm seeing them Native Americans out in the yard again, dressed in," I mean, you know, and what the white man done, it was awful. And that negativity, you got their families, and it's super emotional. But um, them doing that, like you said, and then them doing it to the families, flooding them out and doing all that. So you think that probably the dog man and Bigfoot was all kind of always been in the LBL? I mean, it's your opinion.
Yeah. I believe so.
Yeah, yeah. And see, you know, a lot of people. I know this. I'm all new to this community. You know, the cryptid community. Probably a year. I'm fresh. You know, I'm a baby at it. But I, from what I've seen and heard and myself, you know, I think these things is spiritual and flesh and blood. I don't know what y'all think about the dog man and Bigfoot. I mean, I got friends on both sides and I got friends in the middle. But what do y'all think, you know, what they are? Honestly.
I've been working, and I'll let you talk, Trisha. I've been working this theory. Okay,
Mhm.
I've been reading a lot of these different books, the Book of Enoch, uh,
Uh-huh.
the Book of Jubilees,
Book of
um,
Jasher, you ever read that? That's a good one.
the Book of Giants.
Yeah.
I've been researching it. Okay, and when God destroyed the world with the flood, okay, He destroyed it because of the Nephilims,
Mhm.
and so the Nephilims that were all these Nephilims that were killed in that flood, their spirits remained on earth, and they are the demons that walk the earth. Okay,
100%.
so the Nephilim, like the Watchers, which were is what is referred to in the the Book of Jubilees, that the fallen angels that impregnated the human women and created the Nephilim, they were the fathers of the Nephilim. They taught these Nephilim the secrets of heaven and the secrets of war. Um, they taught them they taught them how to manipulate the earth and to manipulate the cosmos. Okay, I mean, so and we you hear people talk about portals. Okay, it makes complete sense.
Mhm.
These things could open portals back then. Okay, so I think personally that the Sasquatch and the Dogman, basically all of these cryptids, are the spirits of the Nephilim, and they are demons that walk the earth. And I'm not saying that Sasquatch is bad, okay? But
Mhm.
to be honest with you, Ash, from what I've read, not all the Nephilim were bad also.
Yeah.
Okay. So there were some good spirits. You had one that went to God and begged God to not destroy him because he was good, and he was destroyed, because of who he was. So I mean, that's my theory. I believe that they are the Nephilim spirits, and they can be flesh and blood, and they can be on the spiritual side, and they can manipulate their environment.
Yeah.
They can pass through portals, and they can hurt you. They can hurt
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
mean,
well,
that's my
that's what I believe. That you're, you know, and at first I thought it was undiscovered ape. You know, when it happened to me in 2011, you know, I think I've told you a story. Sitting on the porch, there's about an acre back in there of woods, but these woods you can follow it all the way to the Arkansas River, you know, and you could go miles, and it might be thin in some areas, but I was sitting there 2:30 in the morning. I'll just give you the short version of it. I heard something. I was smoking a cigarette at the time. I was looking. I seen something coming through them just trees. Just I'm talking about parting, man, just destroying these trees. Sound like a freight train. And when before it got to the open, and I was about 50, 60 yards, it roared. And when it roared, I felt it all in my body. I could not move. I thought, all I remember is I went into my trailer, opened up the door. I don't remember. I think I got praying. I woke up the next morning, but I thought it was a demon, straight up demon at the time. It scared me. I've never been scared that much, and I've seen demons. I've seen actually a ghost or a demon about 4 years ago. Then, well, actually, I was doing a number one. And I looked over, and it was this demon that my my girlfriend's nephew was playing with the Ouija board and was attached to him for a while,
Oh
you
no.
know, and all this house, man, all kind of stuff was going in the house. But anyway, I got it out of there, rebuked it, and the Lord told me for him to denounce it. He said, "You can run it out, but it's going to keep coming back. He's got to denounce it, you know." But anyway, it's just that's a long story. I could tell you some other time. But I thought it was a demon because I've had all these things since I was a kid about the demons. But I believe now, like you believe, 100%. I might be wrong, you might be wrong, but man, it's just the evidence and the way it is. Now, the only thing that yeah, I'm kind of believe all that. The only thing that confuses me is I'm 100% believe in the Bible, 100%. You know, either believe it all or don't. Yeah,
Mhm.
is the ghost part. I don't understand these ghosts, you know. Now I do believe that this is my opinion, you know, I might hurt somebody's feelings, and I do apologize. When you get these people that say, "Hey, you're a great uncle from beyond's talking to me," and know all about that person, I don't believe it's that great uncle. I believe it's familiar spirits because they follow us generations, our generations, these demonic beings that know all about us, you know. Now, the ghosts, hauntings in houses. What's y'all's opinion on that? That's the only thing I'm kind of confused because you
Well, I
know,
went
you,
for the last one. Trisha, you go first.
Oh, you want to ask me about ghosts?
uh-huh.
Well, before I started doing what I'm doing, I would have said, "Ah, the ghosts aren't real. They're not real." But I've caught orbs
Hmm.
on camera. I just had a terrifying encounter with something that shouldn't exist. I've had an encounter with a Sasquatch, and I've had things blow in my ear and scratch my ear and cause me to lose hearing
Oh
at
wow.
cemeteries. So I believe ghosts are real. Um,
Hmm.
I don't know a lot about them. I haven't researched really anything about ghosts. I'm not really like a paranormal person. Ever since that graveyard and the other graveyard that the spirit box told me to break dance in, I
Yes.
I was told that that was a demon. That was
Uh-huh.
the devil making me trying to take control of me. So I don't mess with ghosts or anything
Yeah.
like that. But I believe that they're real, and I believe I have one in my house.
Yeah.
And um, and to me, it's not trying to hurt me. Honestly, it showed me signs like it was a loved one that's in my home. Like I've talked to it through a spirit box before, and it let me know it was my grandmother. So
Hmm.
I'm just like, okay, you need to go pass over and rejoice in heaven. Go be with your loved ones in heaven. You don't need
Yeah.
to be in my house messing with me. So I do believe they're real. But I didn't before I started investigating cryptids and other unknown things. That's just like my intake on it.
Yeah. See, I'm kind of I believe in 'em, but I don't know what they are because what happened to me 2011, 2009, my mom passed away in a like in a car accident, right? So
Mhm.
2011, I was, bad off, bad off. 2010, I got straightened up, and I was just at home, depressed, in a bad shape. I remember laying on the couch, and my mom was 4'11", but she raised four kids and took care of my dad. That was a veteran that had MS. Was handicapped. Tough woman. You know, uh, she when she was younger, she was known for she'd whip your ass basically. Nobody messed with her. But in her later years, she was a Christian woman. She reminds you of Medea. She would go to church. All the young people would come around. She would cook. Everybody loved her. But when she was not a person that would she was kind of tough love. But anyway, I'm sitting on this couch. She done passed away, been passed away 3 years. I was down, depressed. I'm laying there, and something like they took their hand and hit my foot real hard, and I heard her voice say, "Shake it off, boy." That's how she was, and it freaked me out. I could have sworn it was her. I mean, I wasn't doped up or, on any kind of downers or any, uppers, drunk or anything. I was just depressed, and I'm telling you, it was her. Now, that right there is like, whoa, what's the deal with the paranormal? I don't understand it. But I've had a lot of dreams too. Like people in dreams show me things. I've had one dream before it was a disaster. This was bad. Before it was me and my niece, and we had a old storm shelter, tornado shelter in Oklahoma in this dream. And my niece and me was hugging each other, and I said, "They don't know it's coming, and this big old tornado coming." The next day was a tragedy happened. Then I've had other dreams like that. So, there's so much out there. The more you go down this rabbit hole, there's more. Instead of getting answers, I get questions. But I mean, but I always love to hear other people's take on things. And I don't agree with somebody just because they say something. I'm like probably like y'all. I like to research and find out for myself if I can. But there's some subjects that I don't think I'm gonna, I'm not gonna get on a Ouija board and try to communicate with the spirits. What I'm saying, I'm not gonna do nothing like that, because I know what the dynamic. There's demons. There's angels that look after us. I got a picture of an angel before I had a wreck. I seen two angels when I had a wreck. I've, you know, I know stuff's out there. I know Lord sends angels, to protect us, and we're above angels, but God does, he created them, for us and to create to worship him. And but no, I think that in this area that you guys are, you gotta believe God and Satan. I mean, it just all
Yeah.
ties in together. And
You gotta have
UFOs,
faith, that's for sure. You
you
have
gotta
to have
have faith. Yeah, and this UFOs, oh, do you think that's all tied together? And then I won't ask you no more questions. You guys should talk about,
let,
some.
let me chime in on the ghost thing real quick, Ash. You
Yeah.
know, I see spirits.
Mhm.
Okay, I don't directly see them like looking at you. I
Uh-huh.
see them through my peripheral vision. And I have a spirit that lives here in our home with us. My son is there with Trisha right now. He can attest to what I say. We have a spirit that lives here in our home.
Mhm.
Um, I was laying in bed one night about 2 a.m. Everybody in the house was asleep. I was laying there watching TV. My dog's laying on the bed with me, and I have these curtains that separate my room from the stove room downstairs. And these curtains just open up
Oh, wow.
and they close. And my dog raises up its head and it looks, and then she just gets up and comes and crawls up beside of me. Well, she never sleeps beside of me. She sleeps at my foot. But she got up and come and crawled beside of me. She didn't growl or anything like that. But I believe she saw something. But I can be laying in bed and like those curtains can be open and I can see her at the bottom of my basement steps from just
Yeah.
be watching TV and pick her up through my peripheral vision and see her there. And that's not the first time. I lived in this other house and I could be sitting at my computer, I'm sitting at my computer and the the front door can be open, okay?
Yeah.
Like when your door is open, you can see that crack there where the hinge is, okay? And I look and I see something move and I look over and it's like somebody's standing on my porch at my front door and I holler, "Come in." Nobody
Yeah.
comes in. So I get up and I go over and look and there's nobody there. And we had a friend at my house that night. Well, a night it was after that, and she's sitting there at my computer desk. She's talking to us, and she says, "Somebody's at your door." And I'm sitting on the couch, and I look over, and I'm like, "No, there's nobody there." She's like, "I see them,"
Oh,
and
wow.
can see them through the crack of that door. So I do believe in spirits. Um, you know, if demons can walk the earth, then spirits from heaven can walk the earth too.
Yeah.
I mean, some spirits don't ascend, and they walk the earth, because I see I'm kind of one of those people that I honestly believe in purgatory.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe that when you die, you don't immediately go to heaven, you don't immediately go to hell, that you lay in purgatory on this earth until judgment day.
Yeah.
Like it's
Okay.
the altar. Like we're all the dead is just waiting at an altar for judgment
Uh-huh.
day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand. I understand that. Yeah. I grew up a certain way. We grew up, I grew up going to church. I didn't really know the Lord till about, really study the Bible and get close spiritually with God about 11 years ago, 10 years ago. But yeah, I grew up in a Pentecostal church, but I kind of later on got into a non-denominational, frame of mind. I just don't believe, that really. I mean, not saying it's wrong a denomination, like from Catholics to and all that, but it's about God, the devil. It's just everything spiritual, man. This,
Yeah.
it's
Everybody has their own beliefs, and
yeah,
that's what makes it great. That's what makes
uh-huh,
us, under God, He gave us the freedom of religion. As long as we're not worshiping
yeah,
pagan gods and stuff like
yeah,
that, because I believe when you die
uh-huh,
and you eventually go to heaven and you're standing there at the gates, I do not believe St. Peter is going to say Baptists go this way, Catholics go this way, Pentecostal straight ahead.
yeah.
I, I believe we're all going to one place, and it doesn't matter what your denomination is.
You're right. You're
And,
exactly right.
now myself, I like the non-denominational churches.
Yeah, me
Okay,
too.
I feel more comfortable in there because I don't want people pushing their beliefs on top of me.
Yeah,
And you'll get to some of these places. I've been to a lot of church. Ash, I've been to church where they handled snakes. They reach down
yeah,
into a box and pick a rattlesnake up and dance around on stage with the snake. I've been
yeah.
there. I'm from West Virginia. It's
Oh
really the
yeah.
only state that it's legal to
Southern
happen.
Baptist. Southern
Mhm.
Baptist.
Yep. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
I've
mean,
seen. Yeah.
I've been to Mennonite churches and everything, and I love the Mennonite church. It's amazing. It really is. But I always kind of settled into the non-denominational churches. When Trisha was younger, we had her. We were going to a Wesleyan church, and but the Wesleyan church there was like a non-denominational church, and the preacher was awesome. He really was. He preached in the Pentecostal style,
Yeah.
but and they believed more like a Baptist. But he
Yeah.
preached in like a Pentecostal style, and he was awesome. I seen this man get up and see people looking at their watch and looking up at the clock on the wall, and he'd go up there and grab the clock and take it and walk it down the aisle and throw it out the front door of the church.
Yeah.
He says you're on. He says today you're on God's time. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
but uh, but I
But
mean,
yeah, yeah. I mean, I didn't try to put y'all on the spot, with your beliefs, but I think that everything ties together. You know
well,
what I mean?
what if you would have said I worship? What if I would have said I worship Satan, hell, Satan?
You
Or
know
something
what? I
like that.
would.
Maybe
I
you,
wouldn't have hate. I wouldn't have hated you.
you'd have just kicked me off of here. You'd have been like, Mike, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Um,
No.
but
Yeah.
but no, man, you're going to run
Yeah.
into those people though, Ash.
Yeah. It's just
Doing,
but
doing what we do, we're going to run into them.
yeah, but the ones that are Satanists, if you notice, they're just haters, though. They're
They
not
are.
like,
Yeah.
yeah,
They're
they're
in denial.
haters. They're
And
denial, and yeah,
I would like to see a Satanist come face to face with what I came face to face with, and I
yeah,
guarantee you they wouldn't be a
Yeah,
Satanist
come
no more.
come face to face with that right there.
yeah. Man, that's what we can talk about that if y'all want to. I
Give me
was
a minute. I'm
just
gonna run to the restroom. You and Trisha
all
carry
right.
on.
I was on a 6 hour stream and all these videos y'all upload, and I'm sitting here, I'm needing sleep, and I'm sitting here pausing it, and then I grab my phone and trying to get it bigger. But I could see it on there. I was telling him when you was kind of panning, I seen something run from left to right, like a real quick, like
Yeah.
something black. Now I don't know if it might have been a light or shadow, but when you said we gotta get out of here, and then man, I could see its body. You know, I couldn't see its face good, but I haven't looked at it again since that night or that early morning.
I won't comment on it too
Okay.
much, because I'm saving that for
All
Sunday.
right.
And I get really, really emotional with it. But I will say this: that is something that I don't think I will be able to investigate anymore,
Understand.
because of what I saw.
Uh-huh.
And like, I was in there at the exact location. It was my first time being back to the encounter site, and this was on the 6th when Dad was down here. He wanted me to take him and show him, so I did, and I didn't feel good about being there. And he had me stand between the trees that it was standing in, and for like a second, a couple seconds, I was fine. And then I just said, I can't stand here. I just went like panic mode. I couldn't be there. Couldn't stand there.
Wow.
So it has definitely affected me pretty bad, and I'm still processing it.
Yeah.
And I worry about my husband with it because
Mm-hmm.
I watched a 250-pound military man just be terrified, and he's never been scared of anything.
And who wouldn't?
This man is a hunter. He's hunted since he was a kid. And for a little bit after that, he wasn't going to go back into the woods with me. But he's processing it, and I'm still processing it. But I watched him go from looking healthy to like pale white, like he was dead. He looked like a dead man. And I believe that there was something else there that night that hit him with infrasound, maybe. And because he immediately got a headache over one eye, just over one eye, one spot, like right there, just started hurting. And he was like stuttering, and he looked dead. He looked dead.
Oh, wow.
And when we got in the Jeep, and I started like having a panic attack, and like, did you see that? Did you see that? And I'm like, there's no way. This thing stared at me. Its eyes was glowing. I'm like, did you see it? And he goes, I saw it for a split second. And I'm like, was it this? And I turned my phone and showed him, because I didn't know I had a picture of it until I'm going back to watch the video. Because when I saw what I saw, I didn't see it in my camera. I saw it with my eyes. My camera's right here, and I'm looking at it straight in the eyes. So I turn my camera and I look at it, and he looks at it, and he just collapses. He just panics.
Oh, God.
And this man doesn't have panic attacks. He doesn't have anxiety. Like, he's a big goof. You can ask my dad. He's a big goofball. He's always happy, and this just collapsed him.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, I've seen it. Ash, you've seen it. It's something else. And you know, we put it in our member section. I'd love to put it on the main channel.
Yeah.
I would love to put it on the main channel to stay there, because I think people deserve to see it. But we put it in our member section to protect that video.
Yeah.
You know, in our member section, you just can't download the video. Now, people can screen record, but it is watermarked. And I promise you, if I see this video out there someplace, I will prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you 100%. But like I said, we don't have to talk about it more. I mean, y'all know y'all's going to talk about it Sunday.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't even stop like the 6th when we were in there.
Yeah.
It was there with us that day.
Yeah.
And it was there today when I was in there. And I could, that's something I could talk about. Stuff that was happening today.
Yeah.
So we heard, well, we didn't hear this, but our equipment caught it. But to me, it sounds like a metal door shutting. Well, my Jeep was locked and all the doors were shut. And we didn't hear this. The camera caught it. We had to go back to
Oh,
find it.
wow.
And then we heard a howl, and it was probably like 11 a.m. when we heard
Uh-huh.
the howl. And I'm just like, there's no way we're hearing a howl right now. We don't ever hear howls during the day. It's usually in the night. No, there was a howl.
Oh,
And then we heard something across the water from us. Yeah, it just went, ah, like that. And there was nobody in there. There was no vehicles. There was nobody in there. And my husband, he was deeper into the woods and he was putting up a trail cam and he heard that yell. And then he said shortly after, behind him, on the opposite of where the yell came from, there was a response to that yell. And then he heard about 20 minutes later, he's still over there fighting with the trail cam to get it high enough up in the tree. He said he heard a growl. And right when he heard that growl, I didn't hear the growl, I was pretty far away from him. I had said, hey, there's something that just moved behind Doug. There was something black that just moved behind Doug. And my brother goes, did somebody just start a car? And I'm like, no, there's no cars out here. There's no car that started. Well, we went back and watched the footage from today. And the time that, my brother heard supposedly car start is the same exact time that my husband heard the growl.
oh, wow.
And it was right after that growl when I saw something move. So it's still
Yeah.
anywhere. This is its home where it hunkers down, and it's not just one of them. It's a lot of them. There's not just one in the LBL. There's not one Dogman. There's not one.
Yeah.
There's not one Sasquatch. There are tons of them. Tons of them. And each and every one is different in some sort of way. Like the one that I encountered is different than the one that my dad encountered in Jonesboro. They're different.
Yeah.
And I showed the photo of him. We call him Ed. And this was taken it out at about 130 yards, so that's why it's so blurry.
I see its nose.
Yeah, you can see its whole facial features there.
Yeah.
I mean, ears.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you can. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Its arms are like in front of it. Like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Is that the one you seen, or is that the
This is the one. This is the one that we got in there also.
okay.
So
wow.
it was our first day in there, wasn't it, Trisha?
It was. And that was a time that, I'm going to be honest, I didn't believe in Dogman. I didn't believe in it at all. My dad had talked to me about it. And it's crazy because just like a couple there, he calls me and, we're talking about starting this cryptid group. And he was like, I'll tell you now, the one thing I'm not researching is a Dogman. So I'm like, well, what's a Dogman? So he sends me all these videos and I'm looking into it. I'm like, yeah, there ain't no way in hell I'm investigating that at all.
Yeah.
And look where we're at now. We're investigating Dogman.
Yeah. And Ash, you're looking at a group that's been baptized by fire. Okay.
Yeah. I can
Our very first expedition together.
Yeah.
We were in for 5 days.
Uh-huh.
And every day out of those 5 days, we got something. We had some sort of experience. And I mean, so we kind of got like a baptism by fire.
Yeah.
And it made us grow in this field like overnight ourselves. We just immediately had to buckle down and start doing research and everything to know more about these creatures, because we were brand new to investigating this type of stuff. We thought we started it was just a little family thing that me and Trisha were going to do together.
Yeah.
And now it's grew, and it's grew, and we've got like 16 people now, Trisha, that's helping us.
Yeah, something close to that. Yes.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask. I always ask anybody I talk to at first, what made you get into this? I mean, what?
I'll let you
Well,
go.
Honest,
Dad.
well, I've been surrounded by death and despair all of my life, Ash.
yeah.
Started out when I was a kid, and like my stories, we don't have time to get into my story
All right.
tonight. We'll have to do it
Uh-huh.
another night.
We will.
But I was subjected to something when I was like 11 years old,
Uh-huh.
and all from far as I can tell, knowing what I know now, that it was a Sasquatch. It got underneath of our house. My stepfather was drinking. He was stomping his foot, and when he was stomping his foot, this all of a sudden something hit back from underneath our house and knocked our big old 100 pound warm morning coal stove 6 inches off the floor and split the floorboards up.
Oh Lord.
And then it didn't stop at that point. It left rocks outside of our house and all this stuff, and it happened on up until the time I moved out. But and that's what got me interested in it. Now look, it's not something that I pursued all of my life.
Uh-huh.
Okay, once I got away from it, I left it alone
Yeah.
because this is some scary shit,
Yeah.
especially when you're young. And I left it alone, and then it decided after I moved to North Carolina, my son and my son that's there with Trisha, we had some kind of experience down here in North Carolina. We was hunting,
Yeah.
and some sounds that you just would not believe. It was like nothing on this earth that you know of, and it kind of like surrounded us, and we got the hell out of there. Then this girl right here in what 2022, Trisha?
Depends on what you're talking about. You're talking about my Sasquatch photo?
Yeah,
20 May of 2021.
2021. She got this photograph
Oh
of this
yeah.
right here.
Yeah, I seen that one. That's one of the best pictures I've seen. Yeah,
She
that
got
right
that photo
there.
in West Virginia, and that like Trisha, I'll let you tell it the story about it.
I,
Yeah.
I lived by that park for a while up until
Mhm.
I divorced from my ex-husband, and we always took our children up in that park. It's Grandview State Park in Beaver, West Virginia,
Mhm.
and we picnic up there. And never did we ever get like a weird feeling being in that park. I've hiked a lot of the trails, no bad feelings. Well, divorced. 2021, I was in the park with my boyfriend at the time and his kids and my kids. And when we got there, like I remember the day to the T. It was really gloomy outside. Looked like it was about to rain. There was no birds chirping, none. There was no squirrels, and usually there's birds everywhere and squirrels. There was nothing, not even a cricket chirping, nothing. And we walked out to the overlook, and I'm like, man, this is really weird. Like, I'm used to hearing noises when I come in here. And we're looking over, and I just see like this dark blob looking thing sitting by the railroad tracks. I'm like, what is that? So I take my iPhone 7 and
Wow.
I zoom in. I take that picture, and then I
Uh-huh.
zoom in as far as I can, take another picture, and I'm like, what is this? And I showed my boyfriend at the time because he was really into like Bigfoot stuff. And he's like, I don't know. So I put a quarter in the binocular things to look down at it, get a closer look. And when I do, I see this thing like moving. It's like
Oh wow.
swaying like this. And I'm like, there's no way that this is a Bigfoot. There's no way.
Yeah.
So I take the pictures I have and we leave. And the whole way home, I'm like, there's no way this is Bigfoot. And my boyfriend goes, no, it's a Bigfoot. I'm like, no, there's no way. There's no way. So I posted on the BFRO page, and you already know how that goes. I got ridiculed like crazy. I got called
Yeah.
got called it was it's a blob. I don't know what I'm looking for. It's nothing. Somebody said it was railroad ties, which remember the railroad ties. Uh,
Yeah.
so I had after I posted it, it bothered me, made me feel like I was crazy. And then Les Odell, who's a researcher in West Virginia, he reached out to me on Facebook wanting to discuss it. So we talked about it, and he wanted me to meet him out there and walk him through everything. And I didn't get to meet him because I was sick at the time. I had cancer, and wasn't able to meet him. And it was back in June that we were at the West Virginia Bigfoot Festival, and Les was there, and me and my dad both approached him different times. And Les like, I remember you. I remember your photo. And we got talking about it, and he told my dad, he's like, that's still like the best photo out of West Virginia I've ever seen. But like after I caught that, I was still kind of in denial. So I started talking to my boyfriend at the time about Bigfoot and watching videos, and we would go to this fishing area called Plum Orchard Lake, and we'd take the kids with us, and we'd say, all right, we're going Bigfooting. And we would let the kids do like tree knocks and stuff. And again, didn't know what I was doing. And I was learning from my boyfriend at the time because his dad had some experiences with Sasquatches. And I just thought that it was fun. Well, it didn't stick with me. I didn't continue it at all. But at that Bigfoot Festival back in June of 2025, talking to Les about my photo, hearing all the other stories, and then watching some of these smaller groups go out and do it, I'm like, me and my dad got to talking. We're like, why haven't we done something like this with the things that he's experienced as a child? I've experienced things as a child that I couldn't explain at all. So we start this group, and we're out here investigating, and now I've learned so much about myself and my abilities that I'm still kind of mind blown about it. Like, how am I able to see these things? How am I peripheral vision? How am I able to see them cloaked in the trees? How am I able to feel them, their presence? And it's taught me so much about myself. And Tracy, the White Witch, she has been such a big help to me with learning how to like control my abilities and recharge myself. And she's helped me so much. So that's how I got started, and I have no intentions of quitting anytime soon.
Well, I feel that they, not everybody, they don't attract to everybody. You know what I mean? You've got to have something about y'all for them to just see them as much as you do and all that. Not everybody goes in the woods is going to have the experiences that you guys have.
Yeah.
It's like, Trisha has things happen to her, and I have things happen to me. But when we're together, there's a lot of things normally happen. I mean, this past weekend, we can talk about that some. We don't have the photos or videos right here, but
I won't keep y'all too much longer either. So
okay, we were in a research area there in the LBL. We were going to do a night visit, and we were trying to get everybody together because like the whole Monsters Unleashed team got together for the first time this past weekend. All of us. So we're trying to get everybody situated. So finally we get everybody there. Now, Ash, 2 weeks, for 2 weeks, I had a dream, and it was the same dream every night, the same dream. And I was to go into this area. There were 2 trees, and I was supposed to go in behind them, and there was a big oak tree there, a big pin oak tree. And I was going to stand beside that, and something in this dream, something comes and grabs me by the arm, my right arm. And like, I turn and I look and I see what it is, and I jerk my arm out. And when I do, I grab my pistol and I start shooting it in its face. Well, like in this dream, from that point, I stopped seeing my perspective of it, and I see them at the camp. and they are getting surrounded by these creatures.
Oh
Okay,
wow.
and I just wake up. So Trisha's like, Dad, I got a perfect place for you to go, and all this stuff. And I'm like, Trisha, I was like, when I get there, I'll know where I have to go. So as soon as we come into that area, I look and I see those two trees out of my dream.
He did.
And I say, that's where I
Oh
got to go.
wow.
Yeah.
That's
That's where I got
crazy.
to go. Well, it so happened that like Donna Copus was coming and she didn't know how to get there. Trisha's Jeep, the four-wheel drive is giving her a fit in it. So the roads were really bad. So I told Trisha, I said, well, let's just take my truck. We're going to run and get Donna real quick. So we did, and we were gone for almost 2 hours. So when I got back to the camp, I just said, it's too late. I'm not going to go in there because I wanted to get in there before dark and set up, because I had these solar powered lights that motion detect, and I wanted to put those lights up so if something approached me from the rear, I would see the lights come on. And I just wasn't able to do it. So we set up a Bluetooth speaker there in camp, right out in front of us, and we started playing sound generations and stuff like that. And boy, when we did, shit started popping off.
Hmm.
And out in the field where I was supposed to be, they've got an image that looks to be a dog man standing there by those trees. And you got the image, you can see it. I mean, it's just the silhouette of it, but you can see its ears and everything, can't you, Trisha?
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah. Jennifer Hicks from Creepy Culture. She'll be having a show. I think it's Thursday or Friday,
Yep.
and they're the ones that captured it. And they thought her son, he thought it was a Sasquatch. And Jennifer comes and runs to me, and I go over there. I'm like, that's not a squatch. You guys got something else. That's all I'm gonna say about that, because that's their
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely tune in to Jennifer's show. I think
Yeah,
it's either
creepy
Yeah.
Thursday or
culture.
Friday. Definitely check it
All
out, because
right. Yeah, definitely.
it's an interesting video.
Yeah. Yeah. I try.
All of
I
this was where
yeah.
I was supposed to be. If
Yeah.
Yeah.
if I would have not went and got Donna Copus, I would have been up in there. Who's to
Uh-huh.
say if I'd have been sitting here tonight?
Yeah. And I think that's, the Lord looking after you too. I really do believe something looking after you that's positive.
My
And
wife did not want me to go in there. My
well,
aunt, she did not want me to go.
yeah. Well, man, I thank God it turned out like it did. But look, guys, I appreciate y'all being here. I don't want to keep you a long time. You guys are welcome anytime. My door's always open. You can come on as much as you want. Just you know, I I always unless I'm doing something, I got something to do. Y'all's welcome. Tell everybody where they can find you guys again and about your book. Before we get
Well,
off.
my books, I'll throw that up here again on the screen.
Okay.
You can find my books on Amazon. You have Echoes in the Hollows, you have In the Shadows of These Mountains, and you have The Sneaky Little Sasquatch. And
Okay.
you, you
What are your books about? The not the children books, but the other ones.
well, The Echoes in the Hollows is about my experiences.
Uh huh.
No, Echoes in the Hollows is about Bigfoot experiences here in North Carolina. Okay.
Uh huh.
And it does have mine and my son's experience to think, what happened to us here in North Carolina. Then In the Shadows of These Mountains is about my experiences, my whole story about what got me into this and what happened to me as a child.
Hmm.
And there's several stories in there about things that happened as a child. For instance, a haunted house
Yeah.
that we know about. Trisha even knows about it. A haunted house. Then there's other stories that happen to people that I know, and stuff. And then also you have the ghost of John Henry, and it has the story of John Henry, and it's they're good books. I mean,
Yeah.
they're right at 100 pages, almost 100 pages. So they're not full page novels, but
Yeah.
Ash, it's like I told people, I could have made those books 300-400 pages easy, and I could have just put filler in there and filled them full of bull crap.
Yeah.
I wrote the stories true to to what I know. Okay, so I didn't embellish the stories and all that stuff because I could have done that. I mean, could have easily done it, but I wrote them. I wrote them true to what I
Yeah.
know, and that
Exactly.
means a lot to me. So they're not. I mean, they're not big old novels and stuff like that, but they're still very informative and entertaining.
Yeah.
You
They're
know,
Yeah.
they're
I call it a quick, kind of a quick read. I used to
yeah,
read a
yeah,
lot, and
yeah.
I
It's something
just,
you could sit down in an hour and read it if
yeah.
you want to. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, but you can find us
Hmm.
on YouTube
Hmm.
at youtube.com/at monsters_unleashed. And I recommend you giving us a subscribe. I mean, and becoming a member, just like you said, because like we have some very, very good videos in our members section.
Yes, you do.
Videos you're not going to find anywhere else.
Yes, you do. Yeah, I'll put your links down in the description, of the video when I upload it. But I do appreciate you guys. If you don't got nothing else to add, guys, I'll end it. But I
Well, can I
really,
ask you this? Can we end it out Monsters Unleashed style?
yes,
Okay.
yes,
All right.
But anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all being here. I really do. I'm glad to call y'all friends. I'm sure glad I met y'all, through I think I'm through Jen, Jen's a wonderful person. She
Yeah.
really is. She's a sweetheart. But yeah, guys, appreciate y'all watching. Like I said, you heard him. Go check out his channel, become a member, check out his books. Like I said, I'll leave the links in the description. But until next time, everyone, we'll see you. Peace out.
They're not just stories in the dark. Static crackles, a voice leaves a mark. Step closer, the truth's not far. Monsters awaken where nightmares are. Late night tuning in again. A voice calls out from deep within. Every tale crawls beneath my skin. The hunt begins, let the screams begin. Monsters unleashed, no turning back. They walk in echoes, they paint the black. From shadowed woods to basement doors, they live in tales and something more. Clicking claws in the hallway crawl. Footsteps where there should be none at all. Breath on glass, but you're alone. Or are you just a voice through the phone? Whispers say it's just pretend, but stories never really end. When silence breaks, the fear ascends. They're not inside, they're in your head. Monsters unleashed, no turning back. They speak in tongues, they leave no track. Through coke tapes and haunted streams, they feed on fear, they live and scream. They live and scream. The creak, the sigh, the static bite. Each episode, another bite of something wrong, just out of sight. Listener discretion is advised.